picked up his first foul for the Miami Heat. LeBron and Wade a combined 2 of 11. And as Red just said, 29% from the floor for Miami. At the free throw line is Fields.
You're talking about the free throw line. The Heat have done a good job of keeping New York off the free throw line. The Knicks average 25 free throws a game. They only had a combined 30 in games 1 and 2. And tonight, they are shooting their 9th and 10th free throw.
Significant.
Yeah. Well, it just shows you the level of aggressiveness that's required to win playoff games.
Chris Bosh has just come in for Joel Anthony for Miami. Same 5 out there for New York, buying some valuable rest time on the bench for both Anthony and Chandler. It's a 3. The miss by Chalmers. The rebound by Bibby. The outlet goes to J.R. Smith, who goes into Battier and finds Harrelson.
You heard the moans from the crowd right there. It looked like Harrelson had the basketball on the block right there and decided to dribble it out.
Harrelson weaving his way in.
Well, that's the reason why he did it. He understood the ball was coming back to him, Kev.
It's probably not often they call his number.
What a lift off the bench from Bibby and Josh Harrelson.
Miami has missed 10 consecutive shots. Chalmers with the 3. Rebound by Jeffries. Miami has sunk to 27% shooting.
And all Miami's really getting is jump shots and 1 shot at the rim. First quarter, they were doing a pretty good job of getting second and third opportunities.
With the shot clock down to 3, J.R. Smith over Wade. Chalmers with the rebound. New York is shooting 36%, so it's not like they're shooting lights out.
They're getting to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Easy points in playoff basketball.
Wade looking for Bosh. Nice quick hands by New York, and the diving Jeffries got a hand on it and tried to save it. And that is something that this capacity crowd here at the Garden loves.
And look at the hand for Josh Harrelson. It's been that hustle that's been missing in games 1 and 2. It's multiple efforts. Look at here, Jeffries just going out of bounds, sacrificing his body. Now Carmelo Anthony checks back in. That was a nice rest for Melo.
LeBron is in. Here he is with Wade down low, and a shot over the defense of Landry Fields. Miami has scored just 1 point in the second quarter. It feels funny to say. I mean, I just can't believe it after they have had such an easy time scoring in this series. Wade to the rack, and he gets it in. Now that's how he scored early in game 2. Had a lot of points right at the rim.
If you're in New York, you can't turn the basketball over against Miami. Not with the playmakers of LeBron and Wade on the floor.
Wade 2 of 7. James and Anthony. Battier with the rebound.
And in a game like this, with no Stoudemire or Shumpert, I don't mind all the one-on-one basketball, because that's the only way they're going to be able to score and stay with Miami, is if Carmelo goes one-on-one, basically.
Bibby picks up the foul. That is the first on Mike Bibby. Tyson Chandler getting ready to come back in the game at that center position for the New York Knicks. Here's LeBron James. New York Knicks made a run at him back in 2010, and to maybe entice him a little bit, they signed Amari Stoudemire. But 3 days later, LeBron signed with Miami. Taking a look at the big board, the series schedule. Game 4 coming up Sunday on ABC here in New York between the Miami Heat, the 2 seed, and the 7th seeded New York Knicks. Bibby will check out. Here comes Davis back in the game.
Talk about LeBron for this series. He's averaging 25 points, shooting 56% from the field, 12 points in the paint, and 6 assists. But tonight, only 1 of 6 field goals. Really struggled with his offense.
Battier, the only non-starter in the game now for Miami. Davis is back in at the point for New York to Chandler. Pick and roll.
Back-to-back turnovers for New York.
Got 6 for the game, and it's Chalmers an open lane. Why not fire on the fly? And that's exactly what he does. Mario Chalmers on the run. 13 minutes. He's got 7 points, and he leads Miami in scoring.
Mario was so surprised he was left alone, and that's because the Knicks defenders were running to LeBron and Dwayne on the wings.
Trying to thread it in. Long pass, and another turnover.
Their third in a row.
James into Anthony, the bump, and the foul. So Miami, which is a perfect 6 of 6. The question to you is, can they coexist? Can they play? They seem to occupy the same space when they play at the same time.
First and foremost, there's nowhere that Amari Stoudemire is going. He's got 3 years left and about $60 million, so no one's going to take that contract. And those other two guys are making hefty sums. They've all got to get in the room, and they've got to look each other eye to eye, and they've got to iron out these differences because something is not clicking between them. And there's no reason why this team is so successful without Amari than when he plays, because he can add so much to this. And egos are going to have to be checked between these three guys.
Here's Davis finding some pressure. 5 to shoot. Battier watches Anthony take it down the lane. Tap in try by Chandler. Picked up with a fresh shot clock with which to work. And open Smith. A rebound off the fingertips of LeBron. Then he reels it back in. And Chalmers was nowhere to be found. You know, they were saying this about LeBron and Wade at times.
Now LeBron James getting into a heated discussion with his teammate Mario Chalmers,
who he thought was going to go down low.
LeBron was expecting Mario to run all the way to that short corner, and he's like, why did you stop? You had a wide open three.
Heat 31%, Knicks 32% shooting from the field.
Love this in playoff basketball. You have these heated discussions not only with opposing players, but with your own teammates.
It's Anthony. Landry Fields.
Huge. Huge, huge, huge. Off the bench.
His dad was a 7th-round pick by the Portland Trail Blazers, so he's got good genes. He played at Stanford. Terrific player in the Pac-10. Now the Pac-12. Inside they go to Miller on a pass from Battier. Knocked away. It is going to be off of Miami. And the crowd is really into it.
9 huge points for Fields. But not only that, at the defensive end, really shadowing Dwayne Wayne to a 2 of 7 4-point evening.
And Wayne kind of had his way with Fields in game 2.
Well, he was getting too low a position.
Getting too low a position.
Well, when he's trying to fight, when he's coming across the post, you want to force him off that block.
Fields again was looking for that rebound. The shot by Smith goes astray, and we go the other way. And there's an offensive foul. Little chicken wing thrown out there. It's the 5th turnover in the quarter for Miami. It is the 2nd foul on James, and the Heat's 7th turnover of the first half.
Kev, this is the first time I think we've seen the New York Knicks actually fight in this series. They are fighting for position.
Anthony 2 of 9 over Battier. Miller with the rebound. Anthony has not shot well in this series.
Both teams, 31% for the Heat, 32% for the Knicks.
Bosh had some early scoring. Another turnover. Smith, Fields, Smith.
Anthony, if you're Shane Battier, you've got to close the distance. Look at the pressure there by Baron Davis.
The switch now defensively. Shot clock at 2. Battier over Anthony. Rebound by Fields, who is playing very inspired basketball with his start tonight. New York on a 7-0 run.
Mike Woodson said he had a lot of one-on-one time with Landry Fields, showing him a lot of tape. We talked about him guarding Dwayne Wade, giving up that low post position.
Anthony against Battier. And Carmelo Anthony has 8 points so far for the New York Knicks. They're approaching 2 to play in the first half. James 1 of 6, Wade 2 of 7. A whistle and a foul inside of the Knicks. I think Baron Davis was reaching in and picks up the foul. The second assist, Baron Davis.
Well, where's that defensive effort that we've seen in games 1 and 2 by the Miami Heat? No weak side help. Everyone had their head turned as Carmelo went baseline.
So here is LeBron James at the free throw line. He's had games of 50 and 52 in this building, Ernie Johnson, but this is his first playoff game as a Heat player in Madison Square Garden as we swing it to UNR Arena down in Atlanta.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Just a few minutes. Shaq, Charles, and Kenny will join me for the Sprint halftime report as we break down the first 24 minutes. Still to come tonight on TNT, Game 3 in the Thunder Mavs series from Dallas, called by Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, and Marty Snyder. And also at halftime, the Shaq workout. You won't want to miss it. Back to you.
You bet we won't miss it. Thank you very much. That stops a 9-0 run by New York. With that free throw there by LeBron. Davis. Baron Davis. He's missed a ton of games with an assortment of injuries, but when they need him most, he is stepping up to the plate.
Hot tub time machine Baron Davis right here. We used to see when he was in New Orleans, Golden State, the little shake dribble, crossover, and then using that size to get by Mike Miller.
That's the third foul called on Mike Miller. Davis will be at the free throw line. They began this season with Chauncey Billups as their point guard, but he was waived with the amnesty clause, as was Davis, waived by Cleveland with the amnesty clause. And that, when they sent Billups away, that cleared up space so that they could sign and get Tyson Chandler on this roster. So things move sometimes in mysterious ways, but when it counts with the Knicks in the playoffs in a very important Game 3, Davis playing well. Here's Battier. He's looking for LeBron. Shot clock at 4. Wade. Gosh, what a catch. Sensational play by multiple All-Star Chris Bosh. New father today. Bosh with 8 points.
We just have a little over a minute left, and Miami only has 31 points in this first half.
Knicks have led by as many as 11. Up now by 9. This is J.R. Smith with a rebound by Bosh. Miami trudges the other way, 32% from the floor. Battier looking for LeBron. Fields. Battier and Anthony down there trying to dig it out.
I love it. Oh, I love it. When your best player, and this is the second time Carmelo Anthony has gone to the hardwood, especially at home, this ignites your bench. This is why the bench, this is why this building is electric tonight. This is because Carmelo Anthony is making everyone come out of their seats because of his hard work.
Carmelo Anthony just picked up a technical foul with 39 seconds to play here in the second quarter. LeBron James will be at the free throw line, where tonight he is 7 of 8, 7 of his 9 points at the stripe. Let's step back here a second, Reg, and look and kind of get a feel for the landscape of our first half and what you've seen and what the Knicks have done shorthanded, again without 3 starters tonight, going up in Game 3. Winless so far against Miami.
Well, it was all about the Heat defense in Games 1 and 2. This swarming Knicks defense in Game 3 really sweating LeBron James and Dwayne Wade into a 3 of 13 first half. Has